Hello, Internet. James Allen from Out of 8, and today I'm playing Spaceship Design Simulation Starship Corporation. The game features, well, first off, an insanely long initial load time. It takes legitimately a couple minutes to actually enter the game. I don't even know what it's doing there, cranking into it, but anyway. Beyond that, it has a campaign mode, which is really just the sandbox mode with fixed starting conditions. You get the same map every time, the same missions every time, so the game overall has pretty low replay value. Other than tinkering with the relatively free-form way you can design your ship. So I'm going to do the sandbox mode and select a new game. You get to name your company first. And first and last name. And your gender. And then you get to basically pick the difficulty level by adjusting your starting money. So I'll just pick the middle option. And then what your borrowing limit is, and then how easy the missions are. So I'll choose easy, and then what your winning condition are. It's kind of, I wish that you could kind of have all three as potential options, but you have to pick one, which is kind of crazy, but whatever. So it's either money or the tech tree or completing a certain contract. Alright, so like I said, the game map is the same exact map you get every time you start out on Mars. Basically, the gist of the game is you design spaceships for different contracts, and then you sell those designs to the person that wanted the contract. So you start out with two ships. You have one that basically is out there to scout, so I'm going to send them to this system. What you can do is you can hold right-click. You can have them do research, have them do combat along the way. You can also have them mine or do road work to improve trade between those systems, which would basically give you different contracts or better contracts that you can do. So I'm going to send them that way to research, find stuff along the way. My other ship I'm going to also research because they're basically right next to a mining operation, asteroid belt over here. So that's where they're going to go. So you click on any of the worlds that you have a shipyard in, and it gives you a list of different missions you can do. When you start out, you actually have enough. It gives you a couple of default spaceships. All the ones I designed I just deleted, so this is kind of the initial setup of the game. It gives you a bunch of different, or really two different initial ships. So what you can do is you can actually just build this ship and then sell that to the Algernon technology people to basically make some money off of that. And then there's a bunch of other things. Usually the ones near the top are the easier to deal with. And they all have different ratings that you have to fulfill in order to basically have a good enough ship for that. So we're going to end the quarter and then we'll kind of launch into building a ship for one of those missions. So you have this long pause while it saves every turn. Each turn is a financial quarter. So there's your little animation there. So we're going to deliver that ship and make some money off of it. Proceed through the belt. And there's your balance. So I made some money off of that mission. So good for me. So this ship right here found an asteroid belt. So we're going to tell them to mine that for some extra money. And they're still going on their little research mission along here. The interface is not great. You can see it's very... especially when we get into the ship construction area. Like, it doesn't explain what these little colors mean, that appear on the map. There's no tooltips for that. There's no tooltips for some of the things on this main galaxy map and stuff like that. So it's very limited, and it doesn't really look great overall. So let's see which mission I want to actually do. With these missions, not only do you have to fulfill these different design attributes, but you also have to keep it under budget. So it has a budget limit here. So I'm going to go after Wayland Shipping. I wonder where they got that idea from. So what you can do is you can switch to the ship design. So here we go. And then actually you can directly go and build from a contract here, and then select your fuselage that you want to use in order to do that. I'm actually going to go to research first. Because I want to unlock a slightly better fuselage to use, which hopefully doesn't take me over the budget. Actually, that kind of reminds me to see what the budget limit is for this. A lot of these missions are extremely difficult to fulfill because uh, they have really low budget limits for all of the things that they want you to put on the ship. So this limit's 170,000 Bitcoin. So we'll keep that in mind when we go over here. So a bunch of different modules that you can unlock. You can either spend money. So that's 120. What did I just say? See, I totally forgot what it said the thing was. Yeah, 170. So I can't even use that ship. 170. So let me try to remember that. This one's 90. Actually, probably I'll try to do the cargo small. So we'll buy that technology. You can buy it outright, or you can invest a portion of your quarterly budget, up to basically 2,000, to research all of these things kind of at once, and it'll be cheaper than long term than just buying it. But when you need it in your design at the beginning of the game, it's better just to go out and buy it. So let me see if there's anything that I need. Not really for the one that I'm doing. All these are fine. When you want to do kind of fight the pirate missions, you'll need some offense and defense. Storage, I might need the cargo, but you can kind of jump back into here. We just got to see what the requirements are. And then all the areas where the people live, the different corridors. I'll probably need some cooling hatches and stuff. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, and then mining lasers and stuff like that, and then the little life support modules. So we'll see what it actually requires. So we'll go back to the ship design here. And choose the root worker, and choose my new one that I just got. We'll start a design, and we'll see if I can actually stay under budget, but put all of the things that they want in it. So this is where you're going to probably spend most of your time in the game, is designing your ships. You have this little drop down here that shows what's good and what's bad about your current design, and whether it fulfills the objectives that the contract has. So first thing we're going to do, usually these ships have multiple floors that you need to connect with stairs. So this has 2 floors that you use the number keys to switch back and forth between them. Interestingly, B2 is actually number key 1 and B1 is number key 2. Again, okay. Then you just kind of select the thing, and then you use right click to rotate, and then left click to place it, and then it's placed. So there goes my bridge. I'll also put a computer core there. You cannot put buildings adjacent to each other. You have to leave at least 1 block around everything, which means you're going to run out of time and space. Well, not really time, but space very quickly. So let me put my engine on the other thing. I probably only need 1. No, I need 2. And that's what's going to screw me. I can already tell, because those engines take up a lot of space. Alright, and I need a basic mining laser. Like I said, I can already tell this is going to be bad. Alright, so I got to go research that. Again, this is the, next available, object thing. And I hate that they did this with the front of the ship. You cannot put anything on that front of the ship, because you need, 3 perfectly horizontal squares, which it just doesn't give you, which is annoying as anything. So there's your mining laser. And then to get the mining laser going, you have to get the correct hatch, which I don't think I have. I have an exit and a cooling. So I always forget where our stuff is. I have the bay doors, weapons hatch, but there isn't one for mining, which is awesome. And even better, with the mining laser, it does not tell you which hatch you need to use for that. Although it does with other things. Like this one says it requires small cooling hatch. So, again, interface issues. So, we'll just ignore that for now. What else do I need? I need fuel. That's big. So let me go to the fuel thing. I'll need a couple fuel cells. Alright. Oh yeah, and see, here's the problem. The little icon here, this needs power, cooling, and fuel, but it doesn't say that the fuel is actually there until you put power on there, which is annoying. So now it'll, we'll see how much fuel we need. Needs 100, and it has... It's because it's not powered yet. Again, this is where it's going to start getting tough, putting stuff in. Okay. So now, how much is it? 150 is available on the deck, so I really don't need... Yeah, I actually need 2. So let's do 2 fuel. Alright, so there's that. So that's enough for that. And the 2 generators. Alright. I do need fuel for my second engine, unfortunately, so I'm going to need basically exactly the same thing. And you can see how quickly your... Now, I could do a fuel floor thing to kind of move it up and down different floors. Yeah, a little fuel connection. Might actually do that, to be honest. So... Let me go back and research that. At the beginning of the game is a lot of kind of tedium. I always forget where stuff is too. There we go. Fuel connection. Alright, so there's that. So let's do the fuel connection. And then, see, here's the other problem. Is you got to make sure that it, so I actually want this to go. Ugh, I hate trying to do this. Trying to align it. And it's got to, like, go in an area that doesn't have anything over it on the other floor. And connect with the fuel thing. It's almost not even worth it. But I'm probably going to need it because I'm going to run out of room otherwise. Alright, I'm going to need some generators on this floor anyway. Alright. That one still needs another fuel storage. Again, this is the second contract in the game, and I'm already going to run out of space. Alright. So there's that. So we have enough fuel for both of the engines. Now... we need a cooling. So let's do that. The cooling actually doesn't even need to be put next to the thing it needs to cool. You can just put them wherever. And that's enough for that floor. And... that's enough for that floor. Okay, so the cooling is okay. We need more range. See, there's no way you're going to get this contract. You need 400 more light years of range. Which means you need more fuel. Yeah, so I need 3 more fuel tanks. Where are you going to fit those? Where are you going to put that? And this is not even the first basic ship. This is... you know, the second one I unlocked, which is, you know, slightly bigger. So, again, this is the second available contract in the game, and you're already actually not even able to build it, which is annoying as anything. You know, it's way harder to build these small ships than it is the bigger ships later on because you just run out of room. And you can only put things close together as, you know, they have to be separated by 1 tile each. So this is an impossible build using my current technology here. Now, what else do I need? I need a whole bunch of other stuff. I need some pilot berths. So 2 pilot berths. I need 4 technician berths. There we go. I need an exit hatch. Where are those at? Infrastructure. So they can board the ship. I need an outer hatch for my mining thing, which again they don't like have in here, and I, you know, no, that's not what I want. You know, where is it? You know. So, back to that. Oh, see, it didn't save my thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I wasn't gonna win that contract anyway. Because, again, why would you make that the second contract in the game if you can't have anything do it? Now, I actually should probably be able to do this one, the deal with local pirate activity. This one I should be able to do. So let me do that. I just need to put something with some weapons on it. So I need 2013-50. All right, so let's do that. Here's another thing: is you have to start blank every time, which is fun. All right, so let's see what we can do here. This one won't need the fuel, I hope. Again, this is the same design as before, so we're going to kind of hopefully blitz through this a little bit, since we kind of know what we need. I'm hoping this only needs one engine. Okay, see, this one only needs one engine. This is already better. All right, so let's do a medium generator here. That'll take care of all that. We're going to need fuel, tanks, probably only a couple. Yep, and then cooling. Okay, so that's all done. We need the cooling hatches. So those are done. We need the exit hatch. I'm just going to have them enter through the engine. Sure, why not? There you go. Now I'm going to put all of my other junk on the bottom floor, I think. I do need to get some weapons. I need to get shield generator. I need to get the armory. So I need to research all that. So let me get a weapon. I'm just going to do missiles, to be honest. Yeah, buy that. And then I'm going to do shield generator small. And then I'm going to do the armory, if I can remember where that is. I need the military headquarters. Come on, click it. Yes, thank you. And I'm going to need a small armory. Alright, that should be, if I remember correctly, all that I need here. Alright, so I do need my missiles. So let me get my missiles. So basic missile, unfortunately very long, so I'm going to probably put that on the top floor. Yeah, and now it's going to like complain about all that stuff. But I'm actually probably going to put 2 missiles on here. Alright, then we need the hatch for the missiles. Again, it's very, very, which I need to research. Very tedious. No! Research. Infrastructure, hatches, weapons hatch small. Yes, please. And you can also see that there's interface issues down here. Like if I click, you can't click here. You have to click below down here to get the weapons hatch correct. Alright, so there's those. Alright. The decks aren't connected. I do need the armory and the shield generator, so let me do those. Alright, so let me do a shield generator. These have to go against the hull. They basically just absorb missiles that come by. Alright. And then the armory. There's the armory. Okay, there's an armory. Okay. Do a medium generator. Alright, now I need cooling on this floor. And that's all for that. I need my cooling hatches. Alright. Okay, now I need to start doing berthing, so I need pilots. 2 of those. And then I need technicians. And I'm lining these up on purpose because I'm just going to do hatches between all of them. And then I need military. And then I'm going to have to do... Oh, that's it. Okay. And then I'm going to have to do a medic one too because I'm going to need life support here in a second. Alright, so let me do the life support stuff. Need life support. And then I need water treatment because I'm going to need water. And then I'm going to need... There's water. And I'm going to need air. Did I put my fuel in there? Yes, I did. Okay, so I did that a while ago. Alright. Need another energy thing on this floor. Okay. Not enough cooling. Oh yeah, one more cooling down here. Not a deal breaker, but enough to throw up an error message and basically rate down your design anyway. Alright. I need some EEVs, which have to go against the hull. I actually probably be able to do this one. So this is emergency escape stuff. Okay, so that's enough of those. Okay. Basically, all I have to do is connect everything up. So that is good. Now, where can I put my stairwell? Kind of here. Alright, so let's do that. Stairway. Ugh. Oh, there we go. Okay. Stairway. Alright. So now, all I have to do is connect everything. The way you do that mostly is with hatches. So I'm going to just hatch everything up. Ah, that was the wrong one. Another thing I had to get used to in this game is when you press escape, it goes to the menu. It doesn't, like, deselect stuff. It's very odd about which order you have to click things in. Like, for some reason, it won't... Oh, this is going to suck. Well, no, I could do it this way. That's right. Alright. So do that, do that. And actually, the placement does matter because it affects the efficiency of your design when you simulate what happens. Okay, so I'm going to do... what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I can do a corridor. See, but like you can't do it that way. It's really, really weird. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about this. Well, actually, what I probably could do... No, I can't really do it. I don't know how I'm going to connect that up. Move my EEVs, probably. Alright, so let's move those. Well, let's do the hatches first. And then we'll do a corridor. Let's do like a 3. And then we'll see how that works. Alright, so I gotta do my EEVs again. Oh yeah, right there. And then we'll just connect them over. Perfect. Okay, so now we'll hatch that up. One floor done. Let's go to the other floor. Again, just got to connect everything with the doorway. So I'm just going to kind of do this. And I will actually probably just hallway that. Let's do a corridor for that. Actually, we need a 2x2 because I'm kind of turning the corner here. Alright. And we need a 1 corridor. For that, we need another hatch. I mean, this is kind of fun, but it's also extremely tedious at the same time. Okay, now we just need to connect these up with a 3. Hooray. That's it. Success. I actually made it. So, we can prepare the simulation. It's very exciting. Okay, so everything's okay. So you can shade the ship class. I'll just call it 1. Okay, so after you design it, you can test it out. So you test it in the crew management part of the game, which is probably where you're going to spend the other part of your game. There's all these little missions that you have to do. Luckily, you can auto-resolve everything because it takes quite a long amount of time to do this. Like this one, you have to operate the ship for 10 minutes. So we're going to try that one just to show off what this part of the game is like, and then we're just going to auto-resolve the rest of it. So we'll play this mission. Alright, so here we are. Alright, so what you can do is you can pause time. This is kind of like FTL a little bit. You have all these different people that they have numbers on them, but you can't actually use numbers to access them because the number keys, again, switch between floors. It's another interface thing. And then they have different buildings that they're kind of supposed to be in. Now, what you can do is you can select their icon, kind of. What I really want you to do is box select people and then group them up. So again, the interface is actually pretty terrible. What you can do is you can control to put them in a thing, and then to select them you do shift their thing, and then that's what they do. So I'm going to send them shift 1 to here, and then I'm going to get a couple of these blue guys. So control 2, shift 2, move here to the engine. And then I need a couple of these military guys to go. So control 3, go here. And then these ones, control 4, go here. And then we'll have these guys be kind of spare people. Again, it's way too difficult to organize the stuff. Way more difficult than it should be. Alright, so they have orders. So they're going to all go around your ship. And you can see that they're actually like going around your design, which is pretty cool. You know, using the stairs and all that stuff. So there's definitely some cool aspects of this game. Now what it'll do, you can also set up patrols. If you control click, it'll tell them to like repair stuff, and then you'll get all these events like electric malfunctions and stuff, and they'll automatically repair it if they're in the right rooms, which is pretty cool. So, I mean, this is basically it. It gets a lot more exciting when you're in combat and you can have them go after. So it is a lot like FTL, except you get to design the ships, which in and of itself is a pretty cool concept, and I think that's what they were going for in this game, but the execution is not exactly up to par. Oh good, mission failure. So anyway, sweet. So anyway, I got 1 point out of that because I failed standard operation apparently for some reason. Now I can auto resolve all of them. That's okay. Please do. Please do. Please do. See, and when I simulated it, I got 20 points. Figure that out. So it does actually a pretty good ship. So you can apply the mission results. You better apply the mission results and then save your ship because otherwise it's going to erase all your data and it like kind of bugs out. Alright, so that's all. That's it. So there's my ship. That should be good enough to fulfill that thing. Yep, sure is. It only needed 20, 13, and 50, so that's a good ship. So we'll build that ship. And then we'll see how long that takes. So we'll end the quarter. And then we'll assign it to that task. And then that's basically it. You take contracts on the galaxy map, you design your ships using that system, and then research new parts. Launch. Oh yeah, wait, I gotta enter a name. Well, we're gonna call it. I don't know. There we go. Alright, so that guy is launched. I lost a bunch of money, so good for me. Where's this local pirate activity? Oh, it's over there. Okay, so I'm going to take my ship. I'm going to assign it to that, and then I'm going to tell it to go fight those people over there. So that's where the pirates are, up in this red circle, which again, if you actually just select anywhere else, it will disappear. So it only happens when you select a ship. So, then we'll go over there and do that. And then you basically queue up another mission. Try to make some more money. You can proceed through that. Oh, I made some money from mining, essentially, because I didn't do anything else that quarter. So, that's basically it. So, this is going to make its way eventually over there and engage those pirates in another one of those crew management things. You can actually go in here and try the crew management with any of them. We could do it with the probe if we wanted to. It'll redo, all of its ratings and stuff. So we could go in and try to do the anti-piracy one if we wanted to and see how terrible we do there. Just to kind of show that off again. And then, with the ship design, you research basically better and smaller versions of your of all the same parts. So it's basically the same sort of parts that you get. Oh yeah, here comes a pirate. So what do we have on this ship? We have a medical guy. We have 2 pilots, and we have 4 techs and no military guys. So this is going to be pretty terrible, actually. So again, you're doing a anti-piracy mission with no military on board, so that's cool. Hey guys. Yeah, they're all gonna die. They're all gonna die. So you're getting invaded, but these guys are gonna die too. So they're gonna come up the stairwell and then just die. Hey guys, how's it going? Pew pew. Yeah, not a surprise because no, I don't want to save that current mission ring because I have absolutely no military on this ship, so of course I'm gonna get destroyed during the hostile encounter. But that's basically it. Those are how those missions play out. So there you go. That's Starship Corporation. I think it's a really, really good idea where it's, it's basically FTL where you get to make your own ship. The problem is, first off, is that the galaxy map ends up being the same every time. It's going to get a lot of comparisons with it. But in FTL, your encounters are randomized. Here, it's the same missions on the same map every time you play. Now you get to reuse your ships if you don't delete them like I did from mission to mission. So there's really not that much replay value when you go into it. You'll go through. You'll use money to research new parts, which you'll need to fulfill better contracts. Some of the contracts are easier than others. Some of them are completely unfair to start out the beginning of the game with. It really should just assign you contracts like in any kind of adventure role-playing game. That you should only give you stuff that you can actually do with your starting equipment from the outset. It shouldn't just give you stuff that there's no way you can actually fulfill the objectives using your current parts from the beginning, especially not with the second one that's on the list. The interface is not great. Doing the ship design is very tedious. There should be a lot of Like in BattleTech, there's autocomplete stuff to automatically put stuff on there. There should be autocomplete stuff for hatches, just so you don't have to click exactly everything every time. You may not like what the autocomplete does, but at least it'll save you some time. And some of the error messages are not very obvious. Where's the little mining laser hatch? It's not in the research tree. It's not in the thing. They should explain that stuff way better. It's also very difficult for a lot of the contracts to physically fit all the parts on your ships and then still stay under budget. Because you can get a bigger ship, but then the contract has this budget limit that you can very easily exceed by placing all the stuff that you need on your ship. So that's not exactly, the best thing to do there either. The crew management, the controls there again are not great. You can't use the number keys to access your units. You have to kind of box select them and put them into control groups. But there again is potential. There's a lot of potential in this game that's just not realized. The galaxy map doesn't have enough variety. The ship design is really tedious, and the crew management doesn't have the interface and the control scheme that allows for fluid control of your units. So really, because of those three things, this game doesn't feel like a fully polished, finished product, and it's not something that I can recommend, even though it does have some good ideas. It is fun making your own ship. It just takes a long time through a lot of repetitive steps to design it, and then go through all the different testing programs and stuff like that. So that's all I have for today. Until next time, bye now.